Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Undress, and thank you, ladies. Let's clap it up. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate you tuning in. Check out coachingwithundress.com if you have any questions about this topic that we're going to talk about, or if you need some coaching sessions. Again, I really appreciate all your support. I'm very humbled to be doing what I'm doing because I love helping you all out. I love seeing the results. I love seeing the enlightenment or the epiphany of knowing what it is that you really need to do for yourself to find the man of your dreams. So today we're going to talk about part 2 of another video we finished, which is 8 signs he shows if he's genuinely interested in you. So if you didn't check out part 1, go ahead and check that, or just follow up with part 2 and we can check that one later. So we're going to go with number 1, part 2. 8 signs he's genuinely interested in you. Number 1 is he'll confide in you. He'll confide in you in ways where he's sharing you good news or sharing you scary news or sharing you uncomfortable news. But he'll confide in you because he values you. He values your opinion. He values your suggestions. He values the relationship. There's always the good talks. There's always the casual talks. There's always the charismatic moments and the sexual tension, the fun and the games, the playful moments. But if he confides in you about something a little deeper, it could be a little more serious. Sometimes it could be a little dramatic. Hopefully it's not all the time. It's not a novella. So today was a serious day again. Dun, dun, dun. That's a little too much. But if he confides in you in a way where he's being open with you, he's really genuinely into you. He genuinely likes you, respects you, loves you because he really cares about your opinion. He values you. It's a great sign. All right? Number 2. But before we go to number 2, why don't you go ahead and appreciate that little subscription over there because it's free. I want to make sure you get notified on any future videos, so go ahead and hit that bell as well. Again, hit the like if you like the video. And as well, I always said before in the past, and I've said it again now, any recommendations on videos, I will do them. Any comments, criticism, feedback, I love reading them all. Number 2. Number 2 is interesting because it's kind of... You don't take this the wrong way. I'm not going to lie. Signs he's genuinely into you. Number 2 is if he gets defensive. And I mean that in a healthy way. Not in a defensive where he's stubborn and he's always stuck in his own ways. But defensive where he almost wants to make sure he's not just validating his point, but he wants to express his situation or his frustration. So he's defensive where he's almost like, I care about my point of view, but not necessarily that I have to be right. To also another extreme where if he doesn't do anything, and he's like, oh, whatever, I don't care anymore, do whatever, that is a big red flag. If he doesn't show interest or effort or not caring anymore and just basically could care less what the argument goes to or what the result of the situation is, that to me is a lack of effort. He doesn't care anymore. He's losing interest. He generally doesn't care. So my point is if he's defensive to a point of a healthy way of, let's say, agree to disagree. How can we compromise or how can we cooperate in this topic? Not necessarily saying I have to like what you're saying, but I agree with it and I respect it. And that's a huge part of being defensive to knowing that, my opinion is just as important as yours, but it's not more important. I don't care about being right. If anything, if I'm wrong, I learn more about you. You learn more about me. So being a level of healthy defensiveness is always expression that he's still trying to not only care about the relationship, but he's trying to explain his point of view so you understand him more. Not about being right. It's not about the pride and the ego, but a way of just wanting to meet in the middle with you. All right? Healthy defensiveness, not to the extreme. Number 3. So obviously, if he's a little defensive, a healthy form, a healthy balance, a healthy style of that. Number 3 is if he's genuinely interested in you, is because he wants to resolve the situation. He wants to be constructive, not destructive. He wants to be a problem solver, not a problem giver. He wants to defuel the situation, not fuel it all up. He wants to solve the situations. He wants to resolve the situation. When someone shows that, not only is he genuinely interested, he's also showing you that he's emotionally mature. He's emotionally stable. He's emotionally available. And the idea is, how do we resolve the situation that helps the relationship the best? It's not me versus you. I always tell my clients, don't talk to him. Don't talk at him. Talk with him. You want this to work out. You want him to understand you. You want to get your point out across where it's, again, constructive, not destructive. So if he's a problem solver or tries to resolve the situation, he's genuinely interested in you. And again, it's just a mature way to look at it, because you're not always going to agree on everything. That'd be kind of gross. So, I don't know why. I just think if you agree on everything, that's not normal, and it's not predictable. It's not realistic, first of all. So you're going to have disagreements. So be open to that. Be ready for that. But if he's all about basically the big picture of it, I always say if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. That's a healthy way of looking at things. So if he's doing that with you, he's genuinely interested in you. Number 4, and the most obvious one, but we have to make sure it's reassured to know. And number 4, it's the most obvious one, but it's very underrated. He listens to you. During these agreements, during these disagreements, during these defensive moments, or during this good times, he listens to you. Everyone always hears things, like you might be hearing this video, but are you listening to it? Are you letting it process it? Are you present? Are you off your phone? Are you understand what's going on and paying attention? Are you present? If he's showing all those qualities and he's engaged and he's listening to you, he's obviously genuinely into you. It's not just about the looks. It's not just about the sex. It's not just infatuation. Or it's not just about how you always make him feel. He's really trying to get to know you more. Everything we talked about prior to this in video 1, part 1, and the other 3 qualities I mentioned before, he's seeing that in you, because he sees that he's genuinely interested in you. You're probably genuinely interested in him. So listening to someone is really a very underrated, overlooked, strong, paramount quality in a relationship. All right? If you all have any questions, check out coachingwithundress.com. I'm always here to help. We can go over anything and everything you need to talk about, and let's strengthen your fears. All right? Let's make sure we understand what's not. We always say if you want different results, it requires different actions. So let's be part of the solution on that. And that's what I'm here to do. I also got a brand new product, How to Love a Man. I'd love for you all to check it out. It's a beautiful project, a personal project it's about self-love, not necessarily how to love a man, but it's towards you women about how to love a man the healthiest way. But it's more about testing yourself about who you were, who you are, and who you want to be. Thank you again for watching this video. I always appreciate your support, and I'll see you soon.